The Voice, Morgan Miles performs standout rendition of Little Big Town's Girl Crush in finale. It's finale week on The Voice, and the stakes are high. The final 5 performers took to the stage Monday night to try to earn their place as the season 22 winner, and Morgan Miles of Team Camilla took on Little Big Town's classic hit, Girl Crush, for one of her final performances. The performance began with Miles standing in darkness as she began to sing the first chorus a cappella. As the lights began to come up, Miles added more power to her voice, and the instruments began to play quietly. After making a statement with the song's introduction, she invited the band to join in as she started singing the song's first verse. Armed with her acoustic guitar, Miles picked up the tempo while the band provided country instrumentation. This country sound mixed with Miles' soul-influenced voice, making for a strong performance. Miles only continued to up the ante as the performance went on, taking her voice higher than the track's original melody. By the end of the performance, Miles turned it into an all-out country rock song as she belted the lyrics and hit multiple high notes. For the final chorus, she slowed the song down once again, allowing her vocals shine one more time. Miles' performance earned accolades from all the coaches, including Gwen Stefani, who told her, "Country looks good on you." John Legend also said he believes she's the best country singer he's ever seen on The Voice. Miles also sang a rendition of Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart in the final round. She is competing to win The Voice alongside contestants Bryce Leatherwood, Braden Lape, Bowdy, and Omar Jose Cardona. There was plenty more country music throughout Monday night's episode, as Leatherwood performed a Keith Whitley classic and Lape took on a Tim McGraw hit. In the grand finale of The Voice, the stage was set, the lights were shining, and the anticipation hung thick in the air as the remaining contestants prepared to give their final performances. Among them was Morgan Miles, a powerhouse vocalist who had already captivated the nation with her soulful performances throughout the season. But tonight was different. This was the night that could change her life forever. It was the culmination of weeks of competition, growth, and resilience. As the moment approached, there was one song selection that was buzzing across social media and amongst the show's devoted fan base. Morgan had chosen to perform Little Big Town's Girl Crush for her final solo performance. A risky choice, perhaps, but also a brilliant one. Girl Crush is a song that requires not just vocal control, but emotional depth, a combination that Morgan had proven time and again she could deliver. As the camera panned across the stage, there she stood, dressed in a sleek, shimmering black gown that exuded both elegance and confidence. The lights dimmed, casting a soft glow on her face, highlighting the intensity in her eyes. The first notes of Girl Crush began to play, and from the very first moment, Morgan owned the stage. A song with layers of emotion, Girl Crush is one of those songs that resonates with listeners for its raw vulnerability. Originally performed by Little Big Town, the track tells the story of unrequited love, jealousy, and longing. It's a song filled with complexity, where the narrator grapples with their emotions, wishing they could be someone else to win over the affection of a lover. It's a ballad that walks the fine line between heartbreak and obsession, and for Morgan to tackle such a nuanced song in the finale was a testament to her artistic courage. From the first verse, Morgan's voice was haunting. There was a quiet intensity in her delivery, a delicate balance between control and letting go. The audience was immediately drawn in, their attention focused entirely on her as she sang, "I Got a Girl Crush, Hate to Admit It, But..." Her voice, rich with texture and soul, made each word hang in the air, heavy with meaning. Her rendition was not a copy of Little Big Town's version. Morgan had crafted it into something uniquely her own. She infused the song with a sultriness that felt intimate, yet accessible. You could feel the weight of her emotions in every phrase, as if she was pulling from a deep well of personal experience. The coaches and audience alike were silent, enraptured by her performance. The voice of a star, Morgan's performance of Girl Crush wasn't just about hitting the right notes, though she certainly did that effortlessly. What made her rendition stand out was the way she connected with the song on an emotional level. There was a depth to her voice, a smoky resonance that made each word feel like a confession. Her ability to convey vulnerability and strength simultaneously is what set her apart from the other contestants in the finale. As the song progressed, Morgan's vocal power built steadily. She transitioned from the softer, more introspective verses to the powerful chorus with grace, never losing the emotional intensity that made the performance so special. When she reached the line, "I want to taste her lips, yeah, 'cause they taste like you," her voice broke ever so slightly, conveying a sense of longing that was palpable. It was the kind of moment that gave the audience chills. The judges, who had seen countless performances over the season, were visibly moved. Blake Shelton, the veteran coach, leaned forward in his chair, his expression one of admiration and awe. John Legend, known for his deep understanding of musicality, nodded along, clearly impressed with Morgan's vocal control and interpretation. Even Gwen Stefani, who had been critical of song choices earlier in the competition, seemed to be on the verge of tears, clearly affected by the raw emotion in Morgan's performance. A defining moment in the competition for Morgan, this performance wasn't just another song, it was her moment of truth. Throughout the competition, she had proven herself to be a versatile artist, able to tackle a wide range of genres, from country to soul to rock. But this was different. This was her chance to leave a lasting impression, to show the world who she was as an artist. And she did just that. As the final notes of Girl Crush echoed through the studio, there was a brief moment of silence before the audience erupted into applause. It wasn't just polite clapping. It was the kind of roaring approval that only comes when someone has truly moved a crowd. The camera panned to the audience, and you could see people on their feet, cheering, some even wiping away tears. It was clear that Morgan had delivered one of the standout performances of the entire season. The reaction from the judges was immediate and effusive. Kelly Clarkson, Morgan's coach, was visibly emotional as she praised her contestant. "Morgan, that was incredible. You just poured your heart and soul into that song, and I felt every single word. You are the definition of a true artist." Kelly had been Morgan's biggest supporter throughout the season, and it was clear that this performance had solidified her belief that Morgan was destined for greatness. Blake Shelton, a country music legend himself, was equally complimentary. "Morgan, that was a masterclass in storytelling. You took a song that we all know and love and made it your own. I don't know how the rest of the night is going to go, but you've set the bar incredibly high." John Legend echoed their sentiments, adding, "Morgan, you have a voice that is so unique, so powerful, and yet so controlled. What you just did on that stage was magic." A future full of possibilities. As the night drew to a close, it was clear that Morgan's rendition of Girl Crush had left an indelible mark on the competition. Whether she would walk away with the title or not, one thing was certain: Morgan Miles had solidified her place as a breakout star. Her performance was not just a vocal showcase, but a statement of who she was as an artist: soulful, authentic, and fearless. In the days that followed the finale, Morgan's performance of Girl Crush went viral, with fans and critics alike praising her for her emotional depth and vocal prowess. Social media was flooded with messages of support, and it became clear that Morgan had touched a chord with viewers across the country. Her version of the song was being hailed as one of the best performances in the show's history, and many were already predicting that Morgan's career was just beginning. For Morgan Miles, Girl Crush was more than just a song. It was the performance that would define her journey on The Voice and beyond. It was a moment where she bared her soul, connected with her audience, and proved that she was a force to be reckoned with in the music industry.